Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name's Noelle and I do unboxings here, mostly lifestyle subscription boxes, but also some stationery, books, beauty, jewelry, and even a dash of Disney. So if you like unboxings, I hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel and hitting the notification bell. But really, this video is for those of you who are already subscribed, who probably already have those opening lines memorized because you've heard them so many times. We're coming up on the 1-year anniversary of me being here on YouTube, and I just wanted to do a nice giveaway to thank all of you for your continued support, all of the comments, all of the likes, following me over on Instagram. I really appreciate all of your kind words so much, and I do hope that this is a service as well as entertainment. I hope that you find my reviews informative and honest, and that's really why I'm here. But I've really enjoyed getting to know some of you in the comments. So I just wanted to do a giveaway, like I said, and now I have 2 medium flat rate boxes already totally packed to the gills. So I'm not going to pull everything out because I'd get foozles everywhere, and there's actually like hundreds of items that I already have packed up and ready to go. But I will probably be packing up another 1 or maybe 2 boxes, so you'll have 3 or 4 opportunities to win. Now, to enter, you do have to be a US resident. I'm sorry to my Canadian subscribers, I just can't foot the bill on that crazy shipping right now, but hopefully sometime in the future. You do have to be 18 years or older, and just a quick note, this is not affiliated with YouTube in any way. Now, super easy to enter. Once again, I'm using a Google form just because I don't like you to have to comment and leave your email in the comments, and it's great for me to just have your email so that when I do select a winner with a random comment picker, I can just get in contact with you right away. That's the only thing you have to do. You have to be subscribed, and then you have to fill out the form. And then sometimes I do have to ask you to show me like a screenshot proving that you're subscribed, because sometimes it's hard for me to find your account on YouTube, but that's usually a super easy, quick process. You do have to get back to me within 24 hours so that if you don't get back to me, then I can send the prize on to someone else. Now, there is going to be a way for you to get extra entries though, so you'll see on the form, there's a little like quiz. Don't worry, it's not too hard. It's multiple choice, but it's just little questions that you would only know if you are a subscriber who has watched a lot of my videos. So I'm looking forward to seeing who gets 5 out of 5. If you get 5 out of 5 questions, then you will get an extra entry, so an extra opportunity to win one of the 4 mystery boxes. All right, so I wasn't going to show you all of the items like I said, so I was wondering what I was going to do for this video just to kind of get you to get to know me a little bit more. So once again, as I've done in the past, I asked for some questions so that I could answer them, and then this video will wind up being in my YouTube journey playlist. So a lot of times I get repeat questions, which is totally fine. I know that some of you haven't been subscribed for very long, so I'm happy to answer some of those questions again. But for those of you who are interested in sort of the YouTube journey because you want to start your own channel, I think a lot of the questions that I've received about that have been answered in one of my previous Q&A videos. So I did type all the questions out, of course, because that's just the kind of person I am. But let's go through them, and hopefully you guys will learn a little bit more about me. There might be some answers to some of the questions that are in that little quiz in the Google form, so keep your ears open. So the first question that I had that I actually got from several viewers was, what was your very first subscription box? Now, this is almost a trick question because the first box that I opened here on my YouTube channel on September 10th, 2019 was Rachel Zoe's Box of Style, which, as many of you probably already know, has changed its name to Curateur, but I really enjoyed that box. I had been watching it, and I've been watching a bunch of unboxings, and that's the one that I started with here on the channel. But my very first subscription box was actually one called Try the World, because I love travel. You guys know that I love travel and destination boxes, and I just really loved the curated experience that they created. They gave you like snacks from that different country, they gave you like playlists, they gave you individual like lifestyle items, and I always thought it made such a great gift box. They've kind of changed over the years. I haven't actually gotten them in recent years, but that is the first subscription box that I ever got, and I did try FabFitFun back in, I think, 2015 or 16. It wasn't my cup of tea. That's not to say that I won't do it again, but I do like to bring you guys kind of a mix of the really popular, bigger boxes as well as newer, smaller boxes. So I just feel like FabFitFun right now is really covered by so many other awesome unboxing channels that you don't need to see yet another one of those from me. All right. It says, what made you want to start a YouTube channel? So I guess a lot of things. One, like I have said in the past, is I was just watching so many unboxing videos, and usually it was a way for me to convince myself that I didn't need the box, but it was also just really good because I do like hearing a lot about not just the items and like the value and the quality, but also people's experiences with customer service, because I really do think as a reviewer that is part of my job, to tell you about my experiences. And even now that I am starting to get more like PR boxes, and so I have a slightly different experience, I want you to know if it's very different because I am doing reviews, or if I'm still being treated just like a regular paying customer. For most of the time I am still just a regular paying customer, so you know you're gonna get really honest reviews from me. But that's why I just was looking at a bunch of unboxings. The box of style for fall of 2019 just looked like a lot of items that I would really like and enjoy, so I went for it. And I'm always been one of those kind of people that like sees something and says like, you know, I think I could do that. That's how I was when it came to being a yoga instructor. Like I was going to a lot of yoga classes, and you know, they said they had a teacher training coming up, and I was just like, you know what, I feel like that's something that I could do, and I wanted to take on the challenge. So it was definitely just on a whim. And if you looked at my playlists in the past, like the first 2 months, I only posted 5 videos, 2 in September and 3 in October. So it was a slow start for me. All right, let's see. I realized that eventually I would like to expand to more lifestyle and travel content, but I'm gonna have to get a lot better in terms of my equipment, my like lighting setup. I'm gonna have to actually learn how to edit, which right now you guys know that I don't. But I do feel like that's one of the things that kind of differentiates me from a lot of channels as well, is that I do these continuous single take videos, and I actually enjoy the challenge of it. So now it says, how did you get started? Like I said, box of style, 5 boxes, 5 videos in the first 2 months. Then in December, so I started in September, and then I tried to do just like basically whenever I got a box, I would go ahead and post it. And then I tried to be a little bit more consistent. Instead of doing a Vlogmas, because I did not have enough to do 25 days in a row in December, I did what I called the 12 days of Boxmas. And I actually have a playlist for that. So I did 12 days in a row, which I had never done before. And that was really how I started to see a little bit more growth. At the end of 2019, my goal was to have 100 subscribers, and I did meet that goal. So that was really exciting, because that growth in the beginning, you guys, if you are a brand new YouTube channel, is painfully slow. So know that that first 100, that first 500 does take a really long time. And then like in the beginning of 2020, I was kind of trying to do like every other day. And if I was going on trips and traveling, I would try to pre-film so that I could still post every other day. Sometimes there were just some lapses there because I still wasn't getting enough boxes. I mean, you have to be getting at least 30 subscriptions to do a box unboxing every single day, and I just didn't have that many in sort of the real estate of my channel. I just didn't have that many in the stable. And then I think it was probably in March or April that I actually started posting pretty much every day. And then I think it was just in June maybe that I started posting sometimes twice a day if I had sort of a shorter, smaller unboxing. All right, so that's I'm giving you guys so much more information than what the actual questions asked for. So it says, if you could pick only one subscription box, which one and why? And I think that it would probably be Oceanista. You guys probably know just from the giveaways that I've done that I have a really great relationship with that box. I think they're fantastic because they are a small business. You guys know I also love CosBox. I love Box of Style or Curator, but those are like bigger funded companies. So that's why you're getting those crazy return values. But I just think the curation of Oceanista, because I love beach lifestyle boxes as well, the value and just the customer service as well, I think is one of the best that I've encountered this whole time. So I think that they are unique, and they are probably my favorite at the moment. So we'll see, as I think they just won a big award from Year of Boxes, so they're a lot of people's favorite, which is great. It says, if I could only keep one monthly and one quarterly. So for quarterly, like I said, it would probably be Oceanista or maybe Box of Style if I was kind of doing a splurge box, because again, I do think the return on investment for that box is phenomenal, and it has more like luxury items, which I love. In terms of a monthly box, that changes all the time, and there's so many new boxes boxes coming out all the time, but I would say probably Life's a Wave, because they, again, are a beachy lifestyle subscription, which you guys know that's what I love. And also, again, the customer service, and they've just been great about working with me in creating a referral program. I think that their curation has gotten better and better, and I really love seeing that growth within a company. I also, for like one of the slightly bigger, like kind of mid-tier companies, I'm growing to like Bombay and Cedar quite a bit, just because I think they bring us really unique items, and I do like the option now you can do monthly or seasonal without getting any overlap. So that, especially with the monthly boxes, that's definitely going to change from month to month. So I always hate that question, like what's your favorite? But if you're gonna like push me in this moment at this time, those are my favorites. What is my pet peeve? Which I thought was kind of a fun like behind the scenes question. So I think besides retail values, because you guys know that I love retail values, and I just feel like it adds to the curation, because then I don't have to worry about how much the box actually cost and feeling like I'm getting a little bit of a discount. It doesn't have to be like 200 times what I paid, but I do like to know what the retail values are and how the box is sort of weighted. But really, it's customer service. In all honesty, it's like companies that don't get back to me right away, and especially now that I am becoming a little bit more of an influencer. Yes, when I reach out to companies with my media kit and ask, you know, like if they would be willing to send me a box for review, like so often, you guys, I would say like over half the time, probably like 70% of the time, I just don't get a response. And sometimes that's especially disappointing if I've already been a paying customer in the past, or we've already communicated like via DMs in Instagram or via email. So it's not like they aren't getting my messages. It's just that when I actually ask if they would be willing to send me a box for review, they suddenly like ghost me and stop responding, which I just find kind of like rude and unprofessional. So that definitely happens a lot. I mean, and I kind of expect it to happen to some degree, but I would definitely appreciate a polite no over just silence. And of course, I also get a little bit hung up on companies that change their referral programs, but you guys probably know all about all of my trials and tribulations with a couple of different companies. Over on Instagram is where I usually sort of report that side of customer service to you guys. So what is the most unique box? So I will honestly say that I think some of the book boxes that I have been getting are the most unique, because I always was surprised how many different kinds of book boxes there are, how many like different niches and different sort of like combinations there are. I think Once Upon a Book Club is definitely one of the most unique in terms of actually having items made or getting items that go with the actual story, and it's not just sort of like within the same theme or genre or idea, but they actually get things made to go with the book. So I think that's really unique. I think Real Bookish, which is one that I've only opened once on the channel, and combining like movies that kind of go with the story, I think that's really cool. So a lot of different book boxes out there, you guys. I've only scratched the surface, but I think anything that gets us reading a little bit more is fantastic. So I will say I think those are some of the most unique ones. Not necessarily like my favorite boxes, but in terms of like uniqueness and offering, I think there's a book box out there for everyone, even those of you who don't like to read a lot. All right, let's see. Best box to gift to a friend or family member. So just for presentation's sake, I will say Life's a Wave is a fantastic gift box if you have someone who loves the ocean, who loves the beach, especially people who are like not close to the ocean or beach. I think they are a great gift box. I think my paper box, a personalized stationery box, would be a great gift because you could have it personalized with someone's name, which I think is just really, really cool. And then I also just on the splurge side, I think Box of Style, like for Christmas, if you want to get someone a really nice luxury box. Not only is it presented pretty nicely, the quality is really great, and it's kind of a fancy, fun thing to open. So that would be my splurge gift to a really close friend or family member. What is the most rewarding part about being a famous YouTuber? Well, you know, there's some obvious problems with that question because I am definitely far from being a famous YouTuber, but I will say that the most rewarding thing so far, and I think I said when I was kind of like whining over on Instagram the other day, that this channel has taken up so much more time than I ever thought that it would be. I definitely wanted to make it something something where I could make a little bit of money on the side, never like my main source of income. That's not necessarily something that I see happening anytime soon, but I did want to get monetized, which I have, and I did want to make a little bit of money. So I did put more work into it, right? Like treating it as like a part-time job, and it has definitely taken up more time. It's almost like a full-time job at this point. But the most rewarding part, and the part that makes it so worth it to me, is all of the kind words and support from you guys, which is why I'm doing this giveaway, which is why I'm doing this Q&A. Like, just even when I said that I was feeling a little bit discouraged, I wasn't trying to fish for compliments, but the direct messages that some of you guys sent to me on Instagram, like, those warmed my heart so much and sort of helped kind of thicken my skin a little bit to like not let me get so discouraged about some of the less kind words that I also get sometimes in the comments. So thank you guys so much for constantly watching. Let me know how I can make the experience better for you. I'm always open to that feedback, but thank you so much. You are what make all of this worth it. Someone asked if I get any subscriptions for like things beyond like subscription boxes, like daily necessities, like, you know, water or dog food or whatever. The only other subscription that I have is Keurig pods, because I use a Keurig for my coffee and I like to switch it up, and my husband likes different pods than I do, so I do get that delivered on like an every 8-week basis. We get enough pods to last us for a couple months. My favorite category is obviously lifestyle. Beach boxes, those are probably always going to be my favorite. And favorite item that I've ever received, that's really hard to say. I'm going to say probably the tan crossbody that I got in my first box of style. That's just the thing that's kind of popping into my head, because that's the thing that actually got me to click buy, which started this whole process and journey. Most recently, I think the gorgeous candle in the very last Pop Sugar Must Have might have been my favorite candle, and we get a lot of candles. But I can't think of anything. It's like, it probably changes from month to month. I used to do like seasonal like favorites videos, but I found that those weren't like necessarily that rewarding or useful to you guys. So, but it's a good question to ask. I should probably do that like on a monthly basis. Funniest item was probably the put button that I got in a Hugo box, which I just thought was kind of weird and not like very useful or helpful. I think I actually sent that out in a giveaway box, hoping that somebody would find it more humorous and useful to press a little button and have it say weird things in Danish. Maybe, hopefully it went to someone who understands Danish. Advice for working with companies is act professionally and expect the same. So, you know, don't just send them DMs. I was doing that and not getting great responses, but when I actually crafted an email and sent it with a media kit, I got a few more positive responses. And just be clear about your expectations with the companies. Make sure you're not doing free marketing for them. Make sure that it's a mutually beneficial relationship, and know that every company is different, and sort of take that into consideration when you are outlining those expectations on your part and their part as well. And just make sure that you're supporting companies that you really believe in, and companies that treat you like a paying customer and that want your positive feedback and take constructive feedback as well. How do I organize items? So I kind of organize things by genre. So I have extra books, I have extra bath and beauty, I have extra like stationery, I have everything in different boxes, and I do like to use my bigger boxes, like cause boxes, for that storage, and then I just kind of cull from there to put together my giveaway boxes. My favorite book, I can't tell you that offhand. I can tell you some of my favorite poets, because I am technically a poet by training. Not that I have written any poetry or read much poetry in recent months or years, but my favorite poets have always been Seamus Heaney, Louise Gluck, Mark Strand. I like some very like classic kind of American poets. Jack Gilbert. And let's see, what do I do for work? This has been answered before, but I was a yoga instructor up until the recent shutdowns. Hopefully I get to go back to that eventually, but I've always been an editor since college. I do freelance editing for papers and different businesses. And if I could go anywhere right now, it would probably be Egypt, because that is the trip that we had to cancel, or maybe New Zealand, which I think is an absolutely beautiful country. My husband and I have both visited, but separately, so I would love to eventually get back there together. That's the answers, you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Please do enter the giveaway, and hopefully I'll see you all very soon in my next unboxing.